I just realized something really cool about losing control, which is my control with my coping strategy. Wanting to control the outcomes, wanting to control how people see me, and I'm seeing that moving forward brought a lot of resistance for me. Is bringing a lot of resistance for me in this moment of transition because I feel like I'm going to lose something if I move forward. And so I ask myself, what am I going to lose? What am I afraid of losing if I move forward? And it came down to losing connection, losing people, and it came down to losing, ultimately losing a coping mechanism, like losing my childhood. It meant moving forward means growing up. Yes, it means it means accessing the grief of childhood. And it means, and growing up means becoming a woman, and it means nourishing myself and having my periods. And it feels like the first layer of moving forwards would be, there would be the resistance would be around shame. I'm like, oh, because I'm ashamed of being a woman, maybe, and I need to stay a little girl, maybe, but the shame is just a distraction to the deeper grief. And basically, I realized that I don't have a lot of experiencing grief. And the grief of the childhood, like leaving childhood behind, leaving the strategies that made me cope in childhood. And there's a certain soothing to this. It's a familiarity. So the moving forward means I'm losing the childhood. In my mind, that's what it means. And it also means, but deeper than that, I think it's deeper than that. It also means that I'm losing control, basically. Because, it's the same thing, right? I thought as a child that I need to have control in order to survive. And it was, granted, it was just an illusion of control. I never had the control. But then I realized I could control my body, so at least I felt like I was in control of something. But it's that losing of control of outcomes, of other people's reaction to me. I might be seen as a bad person, and it's losing. Well, it's losing an identity that I formed, for sure. But this loss of control, if I want to move forward, leave the past behind, it means I need to open up to possibilities. And by possibilities, I don't mean fantasy in the future that keeps me stuck. Like either fantasizing the past as if the past was better, as if it was better, as if my childhood and as if my childhood that I'm grieving was better, as if an eating disorder in order to cope with life is better than the present. Like, that's so funny. And I'm not talking also about, in the future it's going to be better, that the possibility that it will be better. There's a little tweak there. I'm not sure I can explain it, but it's more about being open to the possibility that I don't know what's the path, but I'm on it. I'm still on it. I'm still on the path. Like, I like to say, I don't know where I'm going. If I go in the wood, I always get lost. Not always. Or I go somewhere and I act as if I don't know where I'm going, but somehow I always end up where I want to be. So there must be a part of me who knows, and a part of me who doesn't know. But my point is that what I realized for myself is that I have an idea, I have a vision. So I have a vision of what moving forward means for me. I have a vision of how I want to feel in my body, how I want to look in my body. I want a vision of what my next venture and chapter is about. And then right away it goes into, well, that's too complicated. But that's the little girl talking and not realizing, well, I'm a woman now, and when I'm not undernourished, I'm a lot more stable, I'm a lot more anchored, I have a lot more energy. But that also means losing some connection that were built on the instability of me being undernourished, either physically or emotionally. So if I look at my next chapter and dreams and that I have, I realize how stuck I am about how it needs to look like. I do that with my body too. And what happened recently was that I followed I have a coach, fitness nutrition coach, and it's interesting how my body's been reacting in a way that I would have never thought it would react. And at some point I remember saying to my coach, it's so funny, I eat more than ever and my body keeps leaning out. I would have never thought this was possible for me. And it's like my body is rewarding me for nourishing it. That was like groundbreaking moment for me. and so the coach acted as, for me, like a metaphor of life. The coach is giving me a direction and I'm surrendering to it and I'm going with it. And it's not perfect. Like there was times that were not perfect even in that coaching. But I'm still surrendering to the fact that it wasn't perfect. And that helps me keep moving forward. Because I'm not interested in being in the past anymore. Well, parts of me still is, but it's getting better. It's getting so much better. So in the moving forward with my dreams and what's my next chapter, I have ideas. I pretend sometimes I don't know, but it's not true. I do know. It's just what I don't know is how it's gonna unfold. And so I'm learning to let ideas come to me, let people talk to me about what they're looking for, not over-investing myself in each ideas, exploring them, and stay in the receiving mode of not having to chase what's the next step, and just receiving mode. Because just because someone told me one thing doesn't mean it's and that makes me think of an idea, doesn't mean that's the idea, but that was maybe an open door to something else. And so I'm seeing that when I don't want to keep control on things, it means I'm staying open to the outcome being different than or the path being different, or not knowing what the path will be and not needing to know what the path will be. Like, it's like we need to I feel pressure to feel like I need certainty about my path. No, I don't. I hate that. I really hate that. Where are you going and what's the steps? Where is your Excel sheet? Where's your business plan? Well, sure, it is all good things, but I don't have certainty of how it will evolve, and that's the deepest discomfort that I have been trying to control with in the past with the eating disorder is increase. So now I'm learning to increase my capacity to tolerate the discomfort of feeling the pressure, because I'm okay with uncertainty. That's what I realized. I'm really okay. It was more about the discomfort of the pressure of the perceived pressure, maybe even, but maybe it's still there, but even perceived pressure from the outside world. And it's not even pressure from the outside world. If someone's asking me, so what's your plan? It's about them. It's about them not having a plan and not feeling comfortable with that. And being like, whoa, who do you think you are to have no plan and have a good life and still be happy today? But I am. So it's really interesting. I'm I'm learning to receive the ideas and keep receiving the inspiration, stop chasing the next step, because that's a form of control. Oh, I have this idea, then I need to go for it. Then I need to have this and do this and da. What if that's not the way? The way keeps being shown to me. So that's exciting.